Hey guys, so today we're gonna do something a little different. So I mentioned that we're gonna do file uploads, and we are, but I still need to do some research, so I don't want to hold up making more videos. So we're gonna start creating the order modules, which is our last routes in this API that we have control over. We still have to do file uploads for updating product images, and then we also have to process payments, which I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go with Stripe because I've used it in the past, but it's it's been about a year, so we'll see. Anyways, so we're gonna do something a little different. In this video, we're gonna actually create. We're gonna do test-driven development. So we're gonna create the test first, and then create our API routes based on the test. And first step is let's check if all of our previous test works. So yarn test, and there should be a bunch of stuff. So everything looks good. If we scroll up, everything looks like it passed, which is good. And so now we're just gonna make another test. So touch, test, and this is for the order dot end-to-end spec.ts. Alright. And we're gonna open this up. And we're also gonna open up our type for orders so we know what's going on. And then finally, I'm gonna open up product to, why is this going crazy? It's being exported. Why would you, okay. You're weird, man. Let's see. I'm gonna copy. Oh wait. I'm gonna copy all of this, and let's see. We're gonna need a couple of things. We don't need the seller token. We do need a buyer token. Buyer token. Do we need a seller token? I don't think so. Whoa. Alright, we need the buyer token. We also need a, this should be a const actually. Order buyer well, I can't spell today. Register DTO equals to seller is gonna be false. Username is gonna be order buyer. Password is of course just password. And here we're gonna do order seller. And finally, what else do we need? We need an array of all the sold products. So sold products equals to create product DTO. Do we not have this? We might not have this in this current repo. So I'm just gonna do, oh, this is on the wrong side, duh. Create product DTO array, which is gonna be an array of objects. So the first one, alright, TypeScript should help me with this. So I need title, and this is gonna be a newer phone. What else is on there? Image, for now it's gonna be NA. Description, and then price. Okay, this repo is the one with the type not being correct. No, that's correct. Price. Oh, it must be the. No, that's correct too. Why is this? Oh my god. Alright, VS Code is being weird. So this is just gonna be $10. And then the next one is gonna be the newest phone. NA. Description. Price is gonna be 20. And of course none of this really matters. I should not have saved. Alright, whatever. And then for sold products, we're also going to need a global variable to hold all of our bought products, which is going to be product. Oh my god. Product. So that's going to be a product array. Alright, there should be a const. And alright. And then let's get rid of all this. Okay, so in our before block, before the test run, we're gonna have to just set up some data. And I'm gonna do it at the API level. You could do it at the database level with Mongoose, but I'm just more comfortable with this, so this is what I'm gonna do. So we're just gonna do a normal Axios awaits. Actually, I do want this. So let's get rid of this. And it's not product anymore. This time it's order. And we also want await Axios. Actually. B. And then this one is going to be order buyer. And I'm going to do some tricky destructuring right now. Since we already have the buyer token and the seller token. Alright, I'll make it whatever. Alright, we're gonna just assign it in place. So to do that with destructuring, you just have to wrap your destructured statement in parentheses. And we'll just alias this as the seller token. Seller token. And the next one, we're also going to wrap this in another parentheses block. So we could do data, token, buyer token. Alright, so now we have the seller token and the buyer token. And with those two, we could list all the products in this array here. And we could also use that same thing for our test when we buy the products. So I'm just gonna let's do the right side first. So sold products, I'm gonna map this into a list of promises. So this is gonna be product, and we're gonna do axios.post to app slash what's the route called? Product, and then we also need the authorization configuration, which is headers, authorization, bearer, seller token. Okay, that's why we need the seller token. All right, cool. So that's gonna be an array of promises because we're not awaiting on the Axios here, and that's because I'm gonna do await promise.all. So we could do both requests at the same time, and hopefully make things a little quicker. And yeah. So on the right side, let's just call it res, and console log res for now, and that's okay. And let's make a describe block so we could actually see the print statement. So describe, this is just going to be called order. It should work. And we'll just do expect true to be truthy, which should just pass. It's just a test that passes. This is just here so that we could test our before block. So we just do a yarn test, and a lot of things should just pop up. So we get both of the response objects, but we're gonna destructure this a little bit so that we could actually use it. So since it's gonna be a response of two objects, which means it's an array, we're gonna do some array destructuring. And then inside the first one, we're gonna destructure the data property, and we're gonna rename it to data1 because we're gonna do the same thing for the second property, data2, so that we could set bot products to the array of data1 and data2. That should work. And just to see if it works, let's just log out our bot products. And let's do another yarn test. And alright, so here we are. So this array is a little easier to read than the Axios response object. So we have our first product here, and we have our second product, and it cuts off because of the test, but that's okay. It's going to be enough for what we need to use. All right, so before we run another test, we should actually have good test cases. So the first one is going to be let's see. We should actually create orders. So I'm going to do create first. So order of all products. And then the second test case is going to be should list all orders of buyer. And there will be a theoretical third test case for process payment, but I'm going to comment that out for now because we are still going to consider our options of what to use for payment. So we're possibly going to go with Stripe, but we will check later. So for create, I'm going to go to the route of order. So why did I do that? This is a callback function. All right. Now we just need to go to the top and make sure we are importing the correct request. So star as request from supertest, so that we get rid of that request. And let's see, where am I? Okay, so we're gonna make this an async function because before we could create an order, we need to create products to order, if that makes sense. So, this is gonna be an Axios request. So yeah, so we're gonna make the order data transfer object. It should create oh, duh. We already created the orders, which is up here. So these are all the products, and we get the raw thing, which has the ID on them, which is what we need for the order data transfer object. And for the order data, I think we only need to populate the products array because the total price is going to be computed off of all the products. The owner is going to be automatically added because you can only create an order if you're auth as a buyer. Date is whatever, so we just need an object with just one property called products. So there's an object and it has one property called products. And products is going to be bot products.map. And we're going to map this to the product order objects, which has a product and a quantity. So product is going to return product, and I'm just going to do the product.id. And quantity, I'm just going to keep it simple and just set it to 1. And there's no semicolon inside the object, so that should be good. Request app, and then we need to hit the endpoint of, it's going to be a post. And the endpoint is going to be order. We're going to send the order DTO. And we're going to expect the status of 201, which is created. Alright, we also need to set authorization to be bearer of the buyer token, as well as make sure that it accepts JSON data. So application JSON. Alright, so that's the bare minimum of the test. Basically just saying that this endpoint works. Now we'll go into another expect so that we can extract the body and do a lot of assertions on the body. Alright, so this is going to be where we kind of set how the response object should look like. And I'm just going to do expect. So the first thing is going to be body dot owner dot username should be equal to the buyer order buyer dot username. That is because we don't have the ID inside of the register user data transfer object. So we'll go with the next best thing, which is the buyer. We don't need to check anything else because we're doing those checks in the auth test. So now the next thing is going to be body dot products. We're going to expect it to be an array, so I'm going to do linked to equal bot products dot length. And also we can't ensure the order of it because of we don't know how the data is going to come back, but we can do a clever little map function. So this one we're just going to do to be truthy. And inside the expect, we're going to do a small bot products map. So we're just going to do product, if I can spell, product, and we're going to map it to ID, and we're going to just check includes body dot products 0 underscore ID. It's not the best test, but it'll check if the first item is inside of all the bot products, which is good enough for testing because okay, it might be not good enough for testing, but it's good enough for this specific test case, which is that's the best I've got, really. I'm sure I'm just being honest. And then next, we also want to expect the body.total price to equal, and here we're going to do another bot products dot map. And this one, oh, it's actually not a map, it's going to be a reduce. And we're just going to do a simple sum function. So accumulator, incrementer, and ACC plus I dot price. There's no semicolon there. And to make things a little more clear, I guess I could do this. This is the product. And then the starting value is gonna be 0 and not an empty array, so that should be good. I think that's good. This body should be, this is what we should be getting back with an array of this. Not an array, a specific order of that. Okay, so that should be good. Now for the list of all orders. Alright, does this need to be async? No, it doesn't. This actually doesn't need to be async, so I get rid of that. Return request app. Alright, this one's gonna be a get to orders, and this one should be a lot simpler. So we should just do a set authorization to bearer buyer token, and so this is going to be expected to be a 200, which is an okay. And in here we're going to expect the body, make sure we destructure body to look a certain way. So what do I do? So it's going to be an array coming back. So body dot length should be to equal 1, and it should be equal to 1 because we created an order, and this is a brand new user because we created that up here in the before block, which is over here. Okay, so that'll make sure that the body is an array. Then we could expect body, the first order in the body, products dot length to equal bot products dot length, which is the same, basically the same thing as here. We're making sure it's the same order by checking the same products listing. And then then the last one is we're gonna check the total price, I think. No, we're not. We're doing this again. So All right. Boop, 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 boop. Oops. There we go. That looks right. And okay, so Bob products map, blah 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 blah, and then we just need to make one small change here, which is that. All right, and then this is to be truthy, which is also here. All right, that's good. So those are the two tests we're gonna dev against, and if we just do a yarn test now, our test should fail, with these two specifically failing. So we'll just do this, blah blah blah, and oh surprise, order fails because we expect a value and it's undefined, and that's because the route hasn't been created yet. And yeah, in the next video we're actually gonna create the order route, so that we can do both of these things, the list and the create. And then we'll also think about payment processing, because I'm not 100% sure what we're gonna do about that. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys next time.